Alright, round one for us. So we're on the draw with this. It's not that good. We'll definitely keep it, but I don't really like it that much. Very slow. Visionary is not very strong. We have two of those. It'd be nice if Visionary was. I've said this so many times. Sylvan Ranger. Because then at least we know what we're keeping here. It actually wouldn't be that bad of a hand either. This matchup, it could be a couple different things. But when we're on the draw, we don't have a 1-drop, and they do have a 1-drop. That's when it is a pretty bad matchup. Otherwise, I'm not sure it's that. Yeah, that's bad for us quite a bit. So it turns off the Geists and puts us on the defense. We're in bad shape for sure. Does depend what he follows it up with though, and also exactly what deck he is playing. If he's just playing green-white aggro, which is a horrible deck in my opinion, we could probably just win this game anyway. Okay, maybe not now. Yeah, that's a lot of power on turn 4. I think a copy Blade Splicer. We really can't get much of an advantage off pod fast enough. We have to copy Blade Splicer to keep up at the very least. Then I guess we'll figure out what to do next turn. Actually, what land I should play is not even 100%. Because if I play my Gorge, what am I talking about? I can definitely play the Gorge. I'm an idiot. If I need my island, I guess I can just play it next turn. I was kind of thinking in the fashion that this would be a Scar's land. I don't know why. I could also copy Restoration Angel here, draw a card. Actually, you know what? Oh, that was just a horrible line. The Angel would keep the Golems at bay. The card draw is just gravy, but actually the Angel was just certainly correct. I'm a little worried about this. Why would he do that? I have no idea why he would do this. But then again, I have no idea why I would do that either. So right now we're trying just to recoup from our mistake for the most part. If we do this, we go to 6. Our golem trumps his golems. And we just have to find an answer for the Angel. But I mean, if we're keeping this around, we can't pod. But if we pod it anyway, it would cost us 4 life. So that's kind of off the table. Dealing with an Angel is really not that easy for this deck to do. In fact, cloning it is the primary way, if not the only way. And yeah, I messed that one up, didn't I? I might maybe just have to trade here. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. I have to take as little damage as possible. I mean, he probably has another Blade Splicer or something anyway. If he's throwing away his card... Oh, Huntmaster, okay. So he's actually playing Naya. And we might as well just concede here. So, I don't know if we could have won that either way, but I did make the wrong play for sure. So we bring in those. We don't know if he's pod, which is kind of problematic. I really would like to bring that in, but yeah, I think I just have to actually. It's really bad if I draw it. He's not playing pod, but that's just his one card. So, and if he is playing pod, it's really important to have it. Actually, you know what? He does have golems anyway, so no downside really. I could even bring the grudge because the golems. It's not really worth a card actually. Unless he's playing pod, then it's obviously fine. But we're not gonna bank on that because we don't have a lot of room here. Thragtusk is not the greatest. Gets outclassed by golems. Same with Geist. Actually, they all just come out. We rely on Visionary to be our 2-drop if we need a Zenith for something. I think that's actually it. Actually worked out pretty well. I could bring in the Spider, actually. I don't usually do that because I don't have enough room. Yeah, it is kind of hard to find something to cut here. Yeah, we'll just do this, I guess. It's not something we really need to have. There's the opening hand Corruptor. And quite a few good cards as well. If you're wondering why we don't bring in Pillar, it's just because it's not a very good removal spell. Especially in this matchup. But the point is that we don't really care to do just 1-for-1s. And a lot of the good creatures we care about, it doesn't kill anyway. Huntmaster being the exception, but Arc Trail is just a more impactful card. And this time I have the 1-drop into 3-drop, and he doesn't. Sometimes you hold on to this and activate it. You get the 1 activation 100% of the time, but this is not a time that I feel like that is correct. Not having a land kind of sucks because I would be able to Zenith for a 2-drop, get a 3-drop off of that, which I suppose would have to be Ranger, but that could ensure I hit future land drops as well. But I can Deceiver, untap a land, sacrifice Deceiver, get a Huntmaster. It's not the worst, but it does mean I'm not gonna secure any land drops anytime soon. My 2-drop here is just Visionary. Actually, I could just get Image. Image is Emissary. That's not very good. Yeah, we could go with the Visionary, just try to get lucky. And that would actually, if we don't get lucky, we can guarantee we hit lands in the future. Like we're not really advancing our board position too much unless we hit the land, but I'm okay with that. Also could have ran Bird, sack Bird, but I'm okay with this play. Ew. Only the worst card you could draw there. Well, by the way, this clearly identifies him as pod, even though I don't know why pod players would play that card in the current format. I suppose it's not horrible against zombies, but still, it's just not a card that's very good. And we happen to hit our land drop here where we don't actually need it necessarily because we could go get a Borderline Ranger. Instead, I think I'm going to... No, maybe not. I was going to Corrupt Golem, get a Huntmaster, but that means I no longer have an answer to Birthing Pod, which is not acceptable in my opinion. I really have to have one. So we're going to hold on to Corruptor for a while. Then what is the best thing I can do then? I suppose Exarch, turn it into a Huntmaster, and play Bird. I'm a little curious about his red sources. He's not shown us anything except for Cavern so far. And some people like to get really greedy and play Neopod with like 4 copper lines and a mountain, and then play Bonfire. Currently, I don't have to worry about that though because it doesn't have a mountain in play. But it is something to be aware of in this matchup, or any matchup that could have Bonfire. I think we probably just get Silver Heart. Kind of depends, but okay, he's gonna keep attacking with this because I don't know if I can keep taking that. I could just maybe take it one more time. I could even be bonfiring him next turn. And my 3-drops are not actually irrelevant. I could still use a Borderline Ranger here. Especially to hedge against possible bonfire in the future. But if I get one turn, I get to get a Silver Heart anyway, and that hedges quite a bit already. Yeah, we'll just block. Doesn't mean he gets his mountain though. That's fine. The Silver Heart, I don't think there's a lot he can do about that. He might be playing 1 Fiend Hunter. I'm sure he has his own Silver Heart. But those aren't really big concerns right now. Angel? You name Angel when you have a Plains in play? Could mean Sigarda. You dismember. Sigarda probably just get cloned. So it's not a big deal. That set us back quite a bit since we blocked. What are we gonna do then? Clone Blade Splicer, I think. It's fine. Yeah. And this would be when he has a bonfire for us, I think. Yeah, for sure. And then I would have to take 3, so I'd be at 8, but then I would be able to play a Corruptor and get a Huntmaster. Ooh. Conscripts, okay. It's not something I was actually thinking about whatsoever. That is pretty good, I'd say. 10 damage. Puts me at 3. He still has 3 cards in hand, even. Okay, let's see. What can I do on my turn? Because we might have a pretty big turn. We can sack Splicer, get Metamorph, copy Conscripts. We can either untap Pod or take one of his 3/3s. It's only attacking for 9. So if we just untap Pod, we then get Inferno Titan. Take out... Actually, we can freely turn the bird into conscripts as well. So how much damage does that bring us up to? 3, 6, 9, 11? 11 would not be good enough. I think I miscounted. I think it's 14 actually, because ours will become 3/3s. We'll have this one, and then we can take one of his. So exactly lethal. And for me to do this, I have to just sack the bird, sack the Blade Splicer. Don't even have to pay life. Okay. This deck is really good. if I didn't take the time to consider this, I doubt I would have won this game, but obviously not this turn. And if I drew one of the cards there, I think I still win. I drew Silverheart, turns out. Okay, so I want to be really careful. Okay, so I have 3, 6, 9, 11, exactly 14. I could even get Inferno Titan to do this, but I don't know why I would bother doing that. And it's kind of things like this that are the reason Hellrider is pretty strong, because you could just have like barely any board position, untap, and then they die. And Hellrider enables that, but it's just not big enough for this current format, I think. Watch for this card in post Ravnica. It is quite a strong card. Although, I mean, this format's going to be considerably different anyway. So we're going to want the Grudge this time. Normally I cut Zenith, but it's really not that great to cut it because there's a lot of cards I do want to get with Zenith. Corruptor is one of them. Silverheart's another. Huntmaster. I think it's the only thing I have, though. Everything else is too important. I could actually, in the past I've cut the 8th 1-drop. Because you don't want to draw a lot of them and get bonfired. But I think in this matchup, where he's not going to be able to bonfire us early enough, I think we want to have all 8 of them so we can keep up with him. Okay. I'll take it. Alright, we get to keep parity this time. Get to see what happens if we both have a 1-drop. Ooh, let's see. I could definitely use a bonfire right about now. No such luck. I would have settled for Arc Trail. I mean, I just showed him I had it. Dang it. Yeah, I want to do it, I think. There's nothing I want a Zenith for. The downside being, like I talked about in game 2, that I don't get to activate it right away. But in this game, it looks like I'm not going to be able to activate it right away for a while, because I really have nothing to do. And I suppose I could have chanced getting a Visionary, then trying to untap and activate Pod. But I kind of feel like I'd rather just play Pod. If he destroys it, that's fine. Then I'll just Zenith for something else that's not Visionary. Probably Huntmaster. Okay. Okay, that's not great for us. Not great at all. Okay, I take it back. This is good for us. That was quite the draw. This deck can get lucky sometimes. It's a wonder I don't play more Phantasmal Images, actually. In this format, they are kind of good. So, Clone Huntmaster, Inferno Titan, kill all of your 1-drops. And then, I believe you're pretty dead. So I drew actually running perfects for this to happen. I draw the Copperline Gorge, and then I guess I didn't draw anything the turn after that. Then I drew the image. And I also had to not have the Inferno Titan in hand, which seems to happen to me a lot. Usually in my opener. Pew pew pew. Alright. That was a turn 3 Titan. All thanks to my opponent's turn 3 Huntmaster. My bird would die here. And I can still clone my Titan. Oh no. Ooh, I'm betting he tanked on the Huntmaster, and he had this, and he decided to go with the Huntmaster, which obviously cost him, but don't know if that was 100% wrong or not. Like, getting that Huntmaster down there is pretty good. Before I get mine down, that is. But also, it lets me do whatever I want for a turn. Anyway. We have nothing of value to Zenith for yet. And, of course, we can attack. We can kill his wolf. So I really just don't Zenith here. I have nothing to do. Probably should have played Harbor if I'm not going to Zenith. Do I want a Visionary? It's pretty weak to get a Visionary when you could just save it, unless you have like a 5-drop, like a Silver Heart in hand. But I suppose we get to deal him some damage. He's at 12 now. I'm pretty sure 3 mana is still irrelevant on my turn, so I can put the lethal on him, so he has to block this. And that lets me get through with the wolf. So it's better than dealing 2 here for the wolf to get through. This doesn't make sense, actually, to do that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's absolutely, like, no instance he could have. Oh, Dismember. Okay, I was wrong. So it looks like that's what he has. Actually, yeah, he could have that for sure. He would play it pre-damage so that I don't pump. Or rather, that I have to pump to kill this guy. Okay, whatever. Maybe he might just be dead. So do I extend something else? He's at 7. If he has Dismember, he goes to 3. Obviously, yeah, I extend something else. This is not a matchup where that really matters too much. Even if he bonfires, it's fine. Didn't even have it. Alright. Wow, turn the tables on this one. The entire match, that is. Okay, puts us at 1-0.